The history and scale of the Juarez Cartel. The Juarez Cartel is one of the most infamous drug trafficking organizations in Mexico, with a long and bloody history of violence and criminal activity. Founded in the 1980s, the cartel quickly rose to prominence in the Mexican drug trade and became a major player in the global narcotics industry. In this article, we will outline the history and scale of the Juarez Cartel, from its founding to the present day. The founding of the Juarez Cartel. The origins of the Juarez Cartel can be traced back to the 1980s, when a group of smugglers in the Mexican border city of Ciudad Juarez began to band together for protection and mutual support. The group quickly grew in size and power, thanks in large part to the leadership of Rafael Aguilar Guajardo, who served as the cartel's first boss. Under Aguilar's leadership, the Juarez Cartel became one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico. The cartel was involved in a wide range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and extortion. It also had ties to various other criminal organizations, including the Colombian drug cartels and Mexican law enforcement. The rise of Amado Carrillo Fuentes. In the early 1990s, the leadership of the Juarez Cartel passed to Amado Carrillo Fuentes, who became known as the Lord of the Skies for his use of commercial airliners to transport cocaine from Colombia to Mexico. Under Fuentes' leadership, the cartel grew in power and influence, becoming one of the most dominant criminal organizations in the world. Fuentes' reign was marked by extreme violence and brutality, as the cartel fought to expand its territory and maintain its dominance in the Mexican drug trade. However, Fuentes' reign came to an end in 1997, when he died under mysterious circumstances during a botched plastic surgery operation. The war with the Sinaloa cartel. In the early 2000s, the Juarez Cartel became embroiled in a bloody conflict with its main rival, the Sinaloa cartel. The conflict, which lasted for several years, was marked by extreme violence and brutality on both sides, as the two cartels fought for control of the lucrative drug trade routes into the United States. The war had a devastating impact on Mexican society, as the violence spilled out into the streets and innocent civilians were caught in the crossfire. The Mexican government was forced to intervene, deploying thousands of troops and federal police officers to the region, in an attempt to bring the violence under control. In the end, the Sinaloa cartel emerged victorious, driving the Juarez cartel out of its traditional territory, and establishing itself as the dominant criminal organization in northern Mexico. The arrest of Vicente Carrillo Fuentes. Following the defeat of the Juarez cartel in the war with the Sinaloa cartel, its leadership passed to Vicente Carrillo Fuentes, the brother of Amado Carrillo Fuentes. Vicente attempted to rebuild the cartel's power and influence, but was ultimately arrested by Mexican authorities in 2014. The arrest of Vicente Carrillo Fuentes dealt a major blow to the Juarez cartel, and led to a significant decline in its operations and influence. However, the cartel has continued to operate in the years since, albeit on a much smaller scale than in its heyday. The current status of the Juarez cartel. Today, the Juarez cartel remains one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico, but it has been significantly weakened by years of conflict with its rivals and pressure from law enforcement. The cartel is still involved in a range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and extortion, but its operations are no longer as widespread or as dominant as they once were. The cartel has also been affected by internal divisions and leadership disputes, with various factions vying for control of its operations. This has made it difficult for the cartel to maintain its cohesion and unity, and has led to a degree of instability within its ranks. The Juarez cartel's impact on society. The activities of the Juarez cartel have had a devastating impact on Mexican society, fueling violence and corruption across the country. The cartel's operations have been linked to thousands of deaths and disappearances, and have contributed to the ongoing drug epidemic in the United States. The Juarez cartel's reach extends beyond Mexico's borders, with the organization playing a key role in the global drug trade. Its operations have had a significant impact on drug trafficking routes and markets in the United States and Europe, and have contributed to the growth of organized crime networks around the world. Law enforcement agencies have struggled to combat the cartel's activities, with corruption and violence within the Mexican government and police force, making it difficult to bring the cartel to justice. Despite these challenges, efforts to dismantle the Juarez cartel and other criminal organizations in Mexico continue, with law enforcement agencies and governments around the world working together to disrupt their operations. Conclusion. In conclusion, the Juarez cartel has a long and bloody history, marked by violence, corruption, and criminal activity. While the cartel has been significantly weakened in recent years, it remains a powerful and influential organization in the Mexican drug trade. Its impact on society has been devastating, fueling violence and corruption across Mexico and contributing to the global drug epidemic. Efforts to combat the cartel's operations continue, but the challenges posed by organized crime and corruption are significant and ongoing.